I couldn't let this one go because I have such a busy schedule, and if I don't do it right away, I'll lose energy and I'll forget a lot of points, and I'll forget to do it, and I'll be hit with another goddamn topic. But anyways, I was watching a very. It was funny at first, but then I got pissed at the end. I was watching the show Blackish, and on the episode, the eldest daughter became an atheist somehow. She didn't believe in God, and like typical, like with typical black families, especially in black family sitcoms, the whole family is offended. They're angry. The mama, I mean, well, technically in this episode, the grandma. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's always the grandma. Chance is always the grandma who's offended, and she's she's confused. What went wrong? The black family is in a dilemma. How did you grow up like this? Who taught you? And it's funny, but it's to a degree, it's always blame on white folks. But in this episode of Blackish, they actually blame white folks, and I found it like hilarious because there was at the episode, Andre, the father, he goes to work and he's like, "Man, my daughter's an atheist. I don't know how that happened. She stopped believing in God." And so his white boss and the other white dude that was with him, he was like, "Yeah, fuck God and fuck Jesus and all that." He wasn't with all that shit. And then Andre noticed, like, wait a minute, all these white folks in here who are higher ups don't believe in God, and all the niggas believe in God. And it was such an interesting yet correct reality. And it was funny that they didn't connect the dots of like, okay, why are atheists in better positions than black Christians, or why or why are whites, basically why are whites in a higher position than blacks? And the thing is, you can look at it like this. you know it's non-Christians who are feeding the black community. You think about it, it's the Arab man who's giving niggas gas and cheap corner store food. It's the white folks hiring your black ass. And you have all these other people who really don't even believe in your religion. And they're the ones in your community taking your money, giving you money, or feeding you. And it's like niggas can't even connect the dots. And so it was hilarious. And then Andre, he literally said it like, you know, I blame white folks for atheism. And I'm like, ain't this a bitch? You blaming white folks for atheism, but but it's the same white folks who gave you white Jesus, and you ain't even connecting the dots. I'm like, blaming the same person. And it was funny because I remember Sarge, he made a video about Christianity, and I messaged him and he laughed at it. He was like, hilarious. And I made a comment saying that black folks are going to be stuck on Jesus when white folks are going to. I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, by the time white folks are completely done with Jesus, black folks will still be in it. I said like, I wouldn't be surprised if black Christians were doing missionary missions at at gated white communities. I wouldn't even be surprised. You'd be seeing, Pastor Jennings, with his crew going to sundown towns teaching white kids about Jesus. you know, it's hilarious, man. But I got mad at the end because they were pushing Christianity and God through this girl's throat, and at random, like there was a scene at the end. I only caught the end of it, and the mother's pregnant, and she her water breaks, And so she says God. And like Andre looks, he's like, oh, you're a believer. I'm like, what? How? All she said was God. And all of a sudden, like, she's a believer and like all is forgiven. And the family is whole and happy again. I'm like, what xenophobic shit is this? You know, you have. It's funny how it's such an offense, especially in the black community, to not be Christian, and like the whole family, the matriarch of the family, are like, oh, how did we fail you? We took you to Bible study. We prayed every night, and now that you're in college, you're thinking about all these different ideas. How dare you? I remember the same thing that happened in one of Tyler Perry House of Pain episode, where Malik, he's he's in college and he was telling his auntie about evolution, and he's saying that you know, I'm questioning God and all that shit. And Ella, his aunt, was like, "Don't you believe in no evolution?" And the episode ends off with Malik pretending to believe in evolution so he can pass a test. And I'm like, okay, if you don't believe in evolution, you know, okay, whatever. But I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, why is it so hard for a black person in a black sitcom to be atheist or to be non-denomination, a non-believer, conscious or whatever? You know, I just really hate that kind of Christian mentality that we always see in these black sitcoms of pushing Jesus down our throat. Years ago, I got angry with Black Student Union because they were. It really wasn't a big argument of us. I was like, you know, this shit offends me. And what happened was they were promoting a play by some Christian group, and so I kept hearing the ads all over the radio. It wasn't a Tyler Perry thing, but I don't know who it was by. But the um, the premise of the play was this troubled young girl, young black girl, who's in the fast life. She meets this guy, and I remember they were telling the premise, and like everybody was there at the meeting, and they gasped when like her abusive boyfriend was an atheist, and he was telling her not to pray. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like I don't even know what person does that dumb shit. Like, okay, I'm an atheist, and I'm not gonna. Oh, I was like, this is completely fucking stupid. I don't even know what. I know a couple atheists. I know a good bit of atheists, but I'm like, damn, I don't know what nigga does that type of shit. And so is basically the troubled girl, the bad influence black male, and him not having faith equals to him being an atheist. And I was like, I'm really tired of this fucking shit that black folks are having with atheism. You know, okay, just live with it. You know, just be accepting of people who just don't believe. And niggas act like it's such a life and death situation if Jeremy or Antoinette doesn't believe in white Jesus. It's like such a fucking crime. You know, it's really frustrating. You know, black folks just they really and it's really with black women because I've had this problem myself, and I think I've said this in other videos, but there's a girl named Faith who I used to be cool with, and I told her, you know, I wasn't Christian. She got offended, Yes, she's a black female. She got offended. She ended up stopped talking to me. Sorry about the cough. I think she told me like I think she made like an ultimatum where like she stopped talking to me or out that she couldn't be my friend anymore. But I was like bullshit. And you know what? I don't really care about being her friend. But she ended up, ironically, I told her that I wasn't Christian, and then we stopped talking, and then she forgot about it, and then we became friends, and then we're not friends anymore, whatever. But it was hilarious, but it with her contradictions because I was like bullshit. You live in a suburbs, white community. There's no way in hell you're gonna tell me every little white folk, and you don't even live in a Bible Belt. She lives in like L.A. I mean, not L.A. California. Fuck. Goddamn. Fresno? Is it Fresco? Or No, was it Corona? One of the two. And so I told her like I asked her like, hey, I'm pretty sure you have non-Christian friends, and she was like, yeah, I have a Jewish friend. I think she said she had a Muslim friend, but I remember she said Jewish, and I'm like, okay. But me not believing in Jesus, it offends you so much. But hey, that white boy Jew, don't believe in Jesus, don't go to your church. Cool. And it's like, yeah, you black Christians are full of shit. Another issue that I had with a girl from my school, told her I wasn't Christian, got all offended. Ironically, people who are atheists are lumped into the category of devil worshipping, Satanists. I'm like, please get the fuck out of here. Like, we're all lumped into that, but she can accept people of different faiths in the school when she sees, and we have plenty of Muslim people. It's like but yet seeing a Muslim that doesn't offend her, but oh that nigga better be Christian though. That nigga better be in church every Sunday. Fuck out of here, man. This is what annoys me with a lot of sisters and their slave mentality to that fucking book. They need to let go of that fucking Bible immediately, man. They need to get off it. Because that really just fucking pissed me off. Because I'm not seeing you or treating you no different. I know you're Christian. I know you're different than me. I'm not being a belligerent ass about about religion or faith. I'm not like the other conscious people who be belittling people. I'm not like those Hebrew Israelites who be shouting in your ear and shit. I'm not like them. At least I give you a chance. At least I let you be. But I don't like this mentality with black families and this whole kind of conservative black families where being different or challenging religion is such an offense. Yeah, we can smile and we can talk. We champion and fight for other people and foreigners who don't even believe our shit. We're talking about, oh my God, Trump is trying to ban Muslims. But Muslims ain't going to the black church. 9 times out of 10, their father or the Indians are taking your fucking money. I never seen an Indian go to a Christian church. My parents are not my parents, but my mother's Catholic. When I took a peek at the congregation, I never saw an Indian. Never saw it. I don't know where these Indians go. Granted, maybe some are Christian, but if they ain't going to a white church, I sure as hell know they ain't going to no nigga church. So I'm wondering where they at. But you can accept them with open arms. and you're not offended by their presence. You know, black folks can't leave it alone. And that episode, it just really pissed me off because it's you know, with black folks, we're on this Hillary shit, preaching liberalism, and yet black folks can't even challenge shit. You still want us dormanted in this Bible Belt mentality, to where it's hearsay. I mean, I told my friend, and she didn't text back, but I know she read it. I know she read the text, but I said, hey, if black folks want to believe this shit and think like that, y'all are no different than the Klan. Y'all are no different than the fucking ISIS or some shit, you know, you're forcing religion down someone's throat, and like, if they don't accept it, they die. So I'm like, you know, I know black Christians aren't violent people, but it's just the issue of me. The issue I have with them is that they just don't respect other people's religion, and they don't respect freedom of, you know, the freedom to think independently. You know, this is what angers me, and I just didn't like how that episode was conducted because, like, it just made her look like a complete ass. It made her look evil, but yet, you know, we're so afraid to push the envelope. We're so afraid to challenge ourselves, but yet we can watch South Park, and we can watch them, you know, denigrate the image of Christ and talk bad about whatever, about Christians and whatever. I never seen a black person protest South Park over their views on Christianity. I never seen black folks talk down about South Park. You know, but in this episode of Blackish, and I've noticed this in black plays and black sitcoms, where it's so, these black family sitcoms where, you know, you can't think independently. Yeah, we're crying and we're bitching and moaning about Trump and how he wants things a certain way, and how all these conservatives and these Confederate flag wavers, they want to go back to the old days. But, you know, but we're bitching, and but we're you know, we're thinking almost just like them, to where, you know, black mothers will beat you down if you don't believe in Jesus. They beat you down. So, but you know, you can't call out shit. You can't call it out. You can't call it out if you're not going to accept others, especially within others of your own community. So, for all the bigoted black Christians, I say fuck you.